Power off the base cannon. Fire.
This area down here, and it's just getting no love at all. It's so cool looking, but it's terribly inefficient, and well, really, that's all I have to say about it. It is terribly inefficient. It's terribly inefficient, and it doesn't do very much, because there aren't too many industries sitting right here. There's another one of those back there. I suppose we could run shuttles along this back track, though I don't know why we really would. Although, if we did run shuttles back there, you know, that's an interesting thought. Now I wish we had more room. Because we could bring these guys into the station around here, instead of having them block that track there. And then we could run shuttles running the chemicals back to the plant there, bringing the goods out here, although no, there'd be no way to get extra wood. But we could do that, and it would put this yard into much greater use. So as much as I want to do that, it'd be terribly inefficient, once again. That efficiency thing always gets in the way of other stuff being cool. It's annoying. Okay. Actually, that only blocks stuff coming in. In fact, I'm going to move this signal so it looks a little better, because right now it's just sticking out of the track. There we are. Come on, you can do it. Pick up some speed. Yeah, this area most definitely needs some working on. I mean, let me think. Let me run through the options of what we can do and what we can't do here. What goes in, what goes out. So we have. Let me just plot this right here. That tracks out. That tracks in. Tracks next to them are inverse to them. Need to accommodate multiple trains at a time. We could move that all the way back if we need the room on the side here. Okay, first instinct is to actually bring this all the way back. That's not all the way back, but really, that's an out and that's an out, so we could. I'm just going to tear up the zigzag for the minute because it's really not doing anything. This one is. I forget that this is an active line right here, just because it's hanging out on the outskirts of the That's as far as I'm gonna go. Alright. We've got to figure out exactly what this is going to entail here, this work that we need to do to make sure this yard isn't continuing to be a piece of junk. Because it's just awful. It's just unbelievably awful. So, first thought was to move that out of the way so that we can bring these guys down to the edges. These reverse loop tracks down to the edges of the yard. And therefore, basically getting them out of the way. Connect this one right here. The other one, I don't really feel the need to reconnect it right at the moment because it's not being used. I have an idea, but it's a pretty bad idea, so I don't think it's going to come into play at any point. Next thing I want to do is this. This will allow trains to come in independent of the opposite side of the crossover. If we manage to insulate this thing. This is a preemptive move. In fact, I'm going to have to stick that there. And I'm going to bring these forwards. Because I can be certain we're going to need them. You know, I could do something like this, but I've never done it with this many tracks. And I'm pretty sure it would end up confining them to the inner tracks instead of letting them use the entire yard. But I believe at some point, a long time ago, I didn't make that symmetrical. At some point, a long time ago, I talked about... What? Oh, for goodness sake. Stupid son of a gun. Stop, stop, stop. Fool. There. Alright. Let's get this guy back where he's supposed to be. We had a streak where we weren't having any of this trouble. And now we are again. Great. Okay. Let's put this guy back in Upper Heddingston here, where it belongs. Go. Oh, wait a minute. Do we... No, I do suppose we still need that. Though, I can move this signal, back. Whoop, wrong way. Where's my mouse? Really, I'm gonna do this. Oh, whoops. I screwed it up. Okay, well... Okay, so... Whoop, where is it? Where is it? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That'll give me an extra space, just one. Though I don't know what I'm going to do with that one extra space. Partly because it isn't symmetrical in the slightest to the rest of the layout. Frankly, I think it's just going to give me room to, whoop, wrong one. To be able to put this back. And I think that'll serve as the precedent for where I'm gonna move this stuff to. Alright, so let's scale that back so the place looks nice. Although, if we are going to change it again, it's going to be to remove the bottleneck. Where's my mouse? To remove the bottleneck that I just built. And, if you don't see it, it's right there. You know what? This end is going to be not symmetrical. The reason for that is, this track here is cutting it too close for me to do what I just wanted to do. Bring this in a little bit, and then bring this out a little bit. That, of course, is moderately temporary. I think I'm going to tack that. Whoop! How do I keep hitting that one? Tack that there. That there. On this side, it's going to be 2 outgoings. Or 3 outgoings, considering. The third inbound. I did that without being able to see the mouse for the record. Any of it. This is just going to cause traffic jams until I'm done with it. I know that much. I'm not stupid. Whoops. No, wait. No, get rid of that one and that one, because I just realized I created an impossible scenario for a second. Or I had. I'm going to get rid of these tracks here, just so I can work on my insulation. And right now, I think I have the yard to the point where I don't need them. I think. No promises yet. Of course, on this side, I can't put that signal there because of this stupid first loop that I'm really starting to regret, because it's causing symmetry problems. If I do this right, though, it's going to become exceptionally efficient. If I do it wrong, it's just going to cause traffic jams. It's just... Okay, I'm tired of you. Goodbye, signal. There. Alright, so we've got... Ignore that third one there. I'll just clear this out for a second. Once again. Wasting so much track, destroying and rebuilding just those little tiny segments there. Whatever. Means any of those 3 can get onto... I'm going to toss in this crossover here because it's not going to make anything worse. Famous last words. And this signal here, that's an outbound. You need to think of this, how would you say, I guess bilinearly, like stuff's going to be coming in as well as going out. And I need to keep that in mind, basically. And I need to keep the track window at all times so I can see where the arrows are pointing, or else none of this is going to make any sense to me. See, that could only be used by inbound trains. I think that's going to be where our double signals start. Hopefully the trains are going to be smart enough not to get stuck at them, but I really don't trust them to do that. Oh, that's disappointing. That's also disappointing. Although, the passengers thing I care about significantly less. Alright, so that's coming in on there, and it's going to go into there. On the way out, it's going to cross over all the way and exit on the opposite side. You still need to make sure all that's possible all the time. We have this big cross in the middle here that I'm really not sure how efficient it is. I'm certain it's very inefficient, as a matter of fact. I'm just not sure how to get around that. They're coming in, it's going to go into that there. On the way out, it's going to do pretty much the same thing the other one just did. Okay. Yeah, that is something that needs to be thought heavily about and worked on, because what just happened is unacceptable and it's blocking the entire yard. Okay. And now the wood train is having trouble leaving. Of course, you try to drive off the dead-end track. I just want to be able to put some insulation in there, I mean, honestly. Well, if these are double signals, that means I can definitely do this. So now we have all that flexibility. And I think we're about to resolve the issue. Okay, so these three signals are all separate blocks now. Those outer tracks are exclusively for the inbound or outbound only. What? I'm confused as to where this train thinks it's trying to go. Just drove through a red signal. Maybe the signals just don't account for the third direction. Yeah, they weren't designed as three ways. Okay. I'm gonna replace all these with gantries anyways. Alright, something to make this simpler is something that just occurred to me. The way this is currently set up, all the train has to do is get across 3 tracks in the middle, not 4. I'm not sure how that's really going to help, but it'll at least make some of it look the slightest bit better. And that looks awkward. Get rid of these. You know, I think I might leave that like that, but I'm not sure what I want to do with these tracks in the middle here. Anything I do is going to really screw up the insulation, so... That's disappointing. Wait, please tell me I'm not using these. No, I'm not. Okay. So we have a bow tie that we just built here. Trains come in there, they go, and they can cross over it there. The ideal is that it can handle as many trains as it's taking in and putting out, so if we have 2 tracks out, it can definitely handle 2 trains at the same time. In fact, the trouble was getting it to do that and still be able to access all the tracks at the same time, or at any time. I'm going to be able to stick gantries over this thing now, just to kind of work it out. But, let's move. Whoops. That's not good. Let's move these signals forward and get rid of these edge signals here, because they're not necessary, at least not right now anymore. Still not quite sure what I'm going to do with that reverse loop, but we'll figure it out. Although I do realize now that I can bring the edges back to here. Oh, that's too close. Oh wait, no, it's not. I brought the other one too far. Okay. As much as this one looks better, I will have to cut it back, like so. And then just bring the signals up here so that they're not quite so out of form. So yeah, the idea for making stations like this, you have to be able to, as many inputs as you have, and outputs as you have to be able to manage that many trains coming in or out of the yard at once. If it's not a roll-in, roll-out, you don't have to worry about, just worry about either the inputs or the outputs. Don't worry about 4 trains coming in, or rather 2 trains coming in and 2 trains going out at the same time, because it's not going to happen. Over here, because we have 2 and 2, you can worry about 2 trains going in and 2 trains going out, and that's why I built the station like that. But in this case, you don't have to worry about both, because it's not a roll in, roll out. It's a single-ended station. It's a dead-end station, I suppose you could call it. And it's a terminus. Yeah. So you can't have the trains going in and out at the same time, so you have 2 trains coming in or 2 trains going out. But the problem with this is you have to have them able to access all the tracks because of the way they are, because they're stupid. Oh, now we get all the new trucks. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do with this. I suppose I can leave it like this. And also do... Huh. You know what I realized I might be able to do? Because this stuff is already like this, I could add a switch here. This may have been staring me in the face. You guys might have noticed this long before I did. Oh, can't adjust that one yet. Hold on. Get in there, you son of a gun. You know, I'll take care of this one. Yes, I know. Come on. Get rid of it. Don't cross over there, I'm trying to delete that track. Thank you. So instead of these being... Now we're gonna have to think about that when, next episode, because I've gotta go. So... Those two will have to make way for the same track, so that's not gonna work. Obviously. And they both have to cross the entire yard. Or almost. Very nearly the entire yard. You couldn't let the other guy go? That wouldn't have benefited you any. Alright, well, that's it for me today. Glad the game's been so cooperative. And we turned a very inefficient crossover into a very inefficient looking crossover. But I think it's gonna work. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And Trainman out.